I don't know who needs to hear this, but it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault that you love and give freely. It wasn't your fault that they took your kindness for granted. And it wasn't your fault that you left your guard down because you thought that people were who they said they were. It wasn't your fault that you fell for the mask. It wasn't your fault that you have the love of God in your heart and love that person with the love of God. It wasn't your fault that the enemy had different plans for you, even though you thought you were doing everything right. It wasn't your fault that you chose yourself. It wasn't your fault that the enemy is using people to hurt others, and you ended up on the wrong side of that. It wasn't your fault that you thought you could love the pain away. It wasn't your fault that things didn't happen in the timing and in the way that you wanted them to. It wasn't your fault that no matter what you did, it was never good enough for this person. It wasn't your fault that this person made it their mission to try to break you down. It wasn't your fault that they saw your light and decided that they were going to take it into their own hands and try to extinguish it. It wasn't your fault that you are highly blessed, highly favored, and highly anointed. It wasn't your fault that the enemy tried to break you. The enemy thought he had you, and God showed him that he doesn't play about you, that he doesn't play about his chosen ones, his children. It wasn't your fault that God needed to make an example of them because of their wicked ways and because of their hardened hearts. It wasn't your fault that you tried to show them God's word. You tried to make them see what the way that they were living wasn't it, and they decided to turn on you anyway. It wasn't your fault that God designed you this way, that God has created you to forgive easily, to love despite who people decide to show up and serve, that God has put it in you and not on you. It's not your fault that they are going to reap exactly what they sow.